Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm the founder of Our Daily Lifestyles blog and also the Second Act Simplified podcast. My goal here is simple: to help women make the most of midlife and live their best lives. Today, I'm sharing what I've learned on my first year of Pinterest. I've grown to an average of over 113,000 impressions. And I want to talk through what worked, what hasn't, and what I've learned about Pinterest in general. One of the reasons I wanted to talk about Pinterest is because many of us have been using Pinterest for a really long time, probably, oh my gosh, 10 plus years. So it's a platform we know, it's a positive platform. It doesn't come with a lot of the, I don't know if I want to say drama, but some of the same drama that you think about when you think of TikTok or Instagram. I will not be talking about Pinterest Ads Manager. I've hardly used it. I've done a couple $1 and $2 a day ads just to really understand what it does. I did that last fall, and then I did that again this June. For the most part, I would not say that I'm an ads professional. So most of what I focus on today will be talking about organic traffic using Pinterest. I've talked about why I think women in midlife should use it. Typically, we're already pretty comfortable with it. It's a great traffic driver. Doesn't come with the same strings as some of the other platforms. A lot of them have a lot of negative connotation. I think in the time I've been here, I've seen one negative comment, and it wasn't even that bad. The other thing, depending on what you're writing about or what your website's about, your podcast, whatever it is that you're doing to drive your Pinterest traffic to, Gen Z is really growing there. That's not my demographic. I still get plenty of traffic there, but if you are looking or worried about, Pinterest is going to fall off as time goes on, that doesn't appear to be the case, that it's really growing more and more each day. One of the things that really surprised me is how quickly Pinterest reached out to me. Yes, they want you to sell and do marketing on Pinterest. But even though I have a very low budget, since I'm just starting out, like little to no budget, they want you to be successful. They give you tips on how to grow. And there's a couple events throughout the year that talk about target audience, marketing tips, and trends that they're seeing. Pinterest Trends is huge. There's trends.pinterest.com. I'll put that in the show notes in case I said the website URL wrong, but that is also really helpful. Now, I have found that a lot of the trends that they predict are probably more progressive than what I'm writing about, but even if you tailor it to what you're writing about, you can kind of see what's coming up. And the thing that drives traffic for me is holiday content. Well, not just holiday, seasonal content. Holidays for sure, though. Holidays, Christmas, fall, that is taking off. And let me share my screen so you can actually see some of the things that I'm talking about. You can see I'm almost at 114,000 monthly views, and this is my page. I do have a picture here. I recommend that if you are going to set up an account, that you set up a business account, because that's the only way you can see your analytics. The seasonal content is really what drives growth for me. Everything that you see here, so you can be like, well, wow, your clicks are really low. Yes, they are. They're my most recent pins. Over time, they will grow, but these are my most recent pins in the last few days. My most viral pin was a pin from the 4th of July. It was about a s'more station. I think I got over 110,000 views between June and July. I was so excited, but then I looked and I really didn't have saves. I had some saves, but I didn't have a lot of saves. I really had no outbound clicks, but when I think about it, the picture depicted the whole thing. It was about a s'mores station on a table, and you got the whole idea just from the picture. Pictures like this might go viral, or that was viral to me anyway. It's probably not viral for a lot of other people, but 110,000 views on one Pinterest pin for me was the most that I've had to date. Everybody got the information they needed from just the pins. If you're looking to drive traffic to another location like a website, I would probably not use a picture like that, and that was just a lesson learned for me, but I would not use a picture like that. I would maybe tease the topic and then try to drive traffic to your website. When I first started, I made every pin myself. That's actually a lot of fun. I did that in Canva, but that's really time consuming. When I was just working on the blog and making pins initially, I don't know that I really had enough time to do it, but I had a lot of fun doing it. I had heard a lot about the Tailwind app. Let me see if I can get that to switch so you can see that. I use the Tailwind app now, and it helps me. You can see over here, I'm averaging about 13 pins a day. I would suggest over 10, but if you need a starting point, I would do one a day. That's actually probably pretty normal for somebody just starting out. Really, you're looking for consistency. It took me a little while to get used to the Tailwind app. I really like it, and I got better with using it, and then you can bulk schedule pins through weeks at a time. It's really helpful, but consistency really matters. Pinterest is a long game. If you plan to use Pinterest, you have to have the mindset that you're going to be doing this for a long time. Pins take a long time to get traction, unless, again, like the 4th of July pin, that was an anomaly for me. But most of my pins that are taking off now, I posted last year. We're at the 13-month mark. My fall pins from last year are doing really well this year. Some of that might have been I was posting too close to the time frame. You should really be posting ahead of yourself by a couple months. Since I was just getting started, I was posting in the moment, and when I posted my fall pins, it was already fall. It took about 13 months to really get some of those pins to take off. I say that to really drive home the point that Pinterest is a long game. Even if you're planning ahead, sometimes it just takes time. The other thing is topics that you might be pinning in January, depending on the subject, may come up at a different time. So don't feel like, especially as it relates to self-care or self-improvement, those types of things, people will look for that all year round. All right, 2 resources that have really helped me. One, I have been listening to the Simple Pin podcast since I got started. I cannot remember how I found it, but I have been listening to that pretty much since day one. Yes, they give Pinterest advice, but they also give some good marketing and business advice. So that is something I still listen to. The other resource that I would really recommend is Megan Williamson's Pinterest Challenge. I will put that also in the show notes. It's a 1-week challenge where you learn tips every day, and you're challenged to follow out those tips to grow your Pinterest account. I thought that was really helpful. I did learn some extra things through both the podcast and the Pinterest challenge. There's always some tip or some nugget of information that was like, oh, I should do that, or oh, I forgot about that. I have found those to be really helpful. I don't necessarily use a Pinterest service outside of Tailwind because Pinterest isn't really something I struggle with. There's other platforms I probably could use some help, but Pinterest isn't something that I'm currently struggling with. I'll go back to Pinterest now. Okay. Some practical tips. Set up a business account. You want a business profile, and here is why. Because you want to be able to see your analytics. I want outbound clicks. I also want saves. Those go up and down each month. Some months my outbound clicks go really high. Other months my saves go really high. It's kind of all over the place. I'll continue to get better at it. I know that. I'm learning a lot. Definitely make sure you have a business account. It's free, but you really want to be able to look into your analytics. Fill out your bio and make sure your boards have descriptions. Let me go to our boards here. You want to make sure each one of your boards has a description, because that also helps Pinterest know what that board's about and the types of pins that are going to be in there. Make sure that you fill those out. Do not obsess about followers. Let me go back to that. Followers don't really matter. It's a metric they started with early on, and a lot of other platforms have focused heavily on how many followers you have. Pinterest, that's not really what the user is looking for. They're looking for topics, not people to follow. If you noticed in the analytics, followers doesn't even come up. Remember, Pinterest is the slow game. It's something that if you know you're going to be doing something for a long time, then Pinterest is probably a good platform for you. If you're like, I'm just trying something out and want quick results, I don't know that Pinterest is the right format for that. It's definitely something that you have to commit to. So that has been my first year on Pinterest in a nutshell. It's been a steady climb. And it's driving a little over half my traffic now. Google has been coming up every month, and that has been slow and is steadily growing. And I knew that would take time as well. Pinterest is really driving a lot of my traffic. If you want some more ways to make the most out of midlife, join me in our Second Act Simplified membership. And it's all about simplifying life, connecting with other women, whether you want to start a new hobby, a side hustle, make a career change, or just looking for something new. That is a great membership for you. We're just starting, so be a part of our founding members. If you found this episode helpful, please leave a review for the podcast, follow it. If you're listening on YouTube, please like and subscribe and share with a woman that is in midlife looking to make a pivot. As always, I'll put the resources in the show notes so that you can check them out yourself. Thank you so much for listening today, and we'll see you next time.